Ralph Nader and the encounter makes my tale. In 1971, I was an Antioch College student in Yellow Springs, Ohio. I had a co-op job to get to in Portland, Oregon as assistant manager for a halfway house for alcoholics. Down the road from the campus in Yellow Springs, I bought a 1964 Corvair Monza, 3-speed stick on the floor, 2-door, hardtop, faded green, AKA unsafe at any speed. Per Ralph Nader. Matter of fact, Mr. Nader is 91 years old. Had a fellow Antiochian travel with me. He shared a cost in the drive time. He was going to Berkeley, California. About 175 miles east of Memphis on Interstate 40, I saw a black dude and a white dude hitchhiking on the highway. I figured I'd save the brother on the road. When I slowed down and downshifted, my gearbox got jammed in second gear. My car was disabled, and I crawled into the nearest town, which was Dixon. Found a Chevrolet dealer that could repair the car. It would take a couple of days. Friend of my Antiochian, we hitchhiked to Memphis, and then I took a bus from Memphis to Dixon. By the time the bus would get to Dixon, it was about 7:30, but I made arrangements with the manager. He said he could be there between 9 and 9:30. I'd be able to get my car at that time. His son's at a football game. When the bus arrived in Dixon, I realized the depot was somebody's house, so I decided to hang out at the dealership. Walked around, looked at all the used cars in the parking lot with the plastic pennant flags flopping in the breeze. Then I decided to hang out on the main wall, the cylinder block wall in front of the dealership, right on Main Street. About 20 minutes to 9, local police car pulls up. Cop rolls down the window, and he yells out, "What are you doing here?" Got off the wall, and I stood up. I'm waiting on the manager. He says he's going to be here between 9 and 9:30. I'm here to pick up my car. My car's been repaired, and then I head right out of town. A couple of moments go by. He says, if you're not gone from here in 10 minutes, I'm going to take you in. Now, I was somewhat perplexed, maybe didn't understand what I was talking about. I took a couple steps closer. I didn't get too close. I said, I'm just waiting on the manager. He said he's going to be here between 9 and 9:30. Son's at a football game. My car's been repaired. I'm here to pick it up and head right out of town. A couple of moments pass. He says, like I said, if you're not gone from here in 10 minutes, I'm going to take you in. Now, I can see he wanted me to continue the circus diatribe, but I turned away in disgust. And as the cop car drove away, I can see in the distance the clock says it's 8:55, and now the countdown is on. 9:05, 9:07, 9:11. Fortunately, this guy shows up, got my car, make sure no one was trailing me as I drove out of town, picked up my friend in Memphis, drove all the way to Berkeley, California without ever checking the engine oil. Dropped them off in Berkeley, picked up a hitchhiker going to Portland, told him about the air-cooled engine on my Corvair Monza. It's got a red light. That red light comes on, you gotta pull over, shut the engine down. High in the Sierra Nevadas, on Interstate 5, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I wake up to the smell of smoke. I can see the red engine light on. I tell the guy to pull over. He pulls over, shut the car down. I get out, walk in the back, lift up the hood. The engine's on fire. I'm taking dirt, throwing dirt into the engine to put the flames out. I got the guy taking everything out of the car in case it explodes. I finally get the flames to go out. Things cool down. I get back in the car. I turn the key. Car starts up. Put everything back in the car, start driving down the highway, and I realized my top speed is 42 miles an hour on flat land, and I'm on the interstate. And that's because I lost a lot of compression from the engine fire. Now, going up the hills, I had to be in first gear in the emergency lane just to get to the top of these mountain hill passes on the interstate in the Sierra Nevadas. It meant I had to go down the hills as fast as I can in order to go up the hills. Now I'm on the outskirts of Portland. It's misty, early Sunday morning. I'm going down the hill as fast as I can. The car starts to go into a slide, one of those things about unsafe at any speed. The hitchhiker hits the door handle, another thing about unsafe at any speed design flaw. The door opens, he's starting to go out the door. I got my hand holding his hand, my other hand's on the steering wheel. We're going sideways down the interstate. The force is so strong, I can't hold him. He goes out on the interstate about 40 plus miles an hour. I spin around, get over to the guardrail. 2 seconds later, he's at the door, and I realize, I said, man, are you all right? He said, I knew how to slide because I skied, and all he had was on was a wind pocket breaker. Got to my first ramp, the stop sign, which wasn't his exit. He whispered to get out. I can tell he was in shock. I got to my destination, parked outside, my Corvair Monza was towed away, and that's the end of my 5,000-mile story.